So when you have group of statements that has to run number of times at a time, then we went for a for loop. Am I right? For loop means a group of statements are going to run at a time continuously for 4 times or 5 times. If you want a group of statements to run number of times at different instance as per your choice, then we take function. When you want the same set of statements to run number of times at different location, why should you define it? Why should you define it number of times? Define it only once, call it a number of times. So what was that? Let me give you. I have a program like this. Now, if it is at same time xyz, I might have taken a for loop and told run this 3 times. But now how it is running? It is a 1, 2, 3, then xyz, 4, 5, 6, xyz, 7, 8, xyz. Now same statements running multiple number of times, but not in a single stretch. Then why should I define those statements multiple number of times? I'm writing xyz, xyz, xyz. Instead of this, what I was doing, I put these statements block. I gave a name to it. I put them in a scope. I gave the name to the scope. Then wherever I want those statements to run, I'm simply giving show. When I say show, then what is happening? 1, 2, 3, show. When you call show, x, y, z, 4, 5, 6, show, x, y, z, 7, 8, show, x, y, z. Instead of defining the same statements, instead of writing the same statements again and again, put those statements in a scope, give the name for the scope. Call that name wherever you want. When you call that name, all the statements in the scope will run. Now it is a 1, 2, 3, we are calling a show. In the show, what we give? X, Y, Z. So 1, 2, 3, X, Y, Z, 4, 5, 6, X, Y, Z, 7, 8, X, Y, Z. Did you get the context? When a group of statements are running together to perform a particular task, and you want the same group of statements to run number of times at different instances, then we define them like a function. It is like write once, use number of times. Write once, use it number of times. Write once, use it number of times. Write once, use it number of times. Is that was clear for everyone? Right? Now in the single stretch I want to run xyz, 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 for loop will be doing. For loop will be meeting my requirement. But here I want those group of statements to run at different instances. Then we define those group of statements under one scope and call the scope wherever we want. Whenever we call the scope, all the statements in the scope will run. So whenever I say show x, y, z, have you got the context? Concept is clear? Right? Am I clear? So what we say? What is the output we are expecting? I hope you're good. Now let us take. In how many ways we can define a function? It is a group of statements which are running. Task. It is a group of statements which are running together to implement a particular task. There are 4 types of function. Without hidden value parameters. These are the 4 types of functions. It is a group of statements which are running together to achieve a particular task. There are 4 types of functions what we have. Without hidden type, without hidden value, without parameters. Without hidden value and with parameters. With hidden value, without parameters. With hidden value, with parameters. Now basic funda. First we'll start with right. Now what is this hidden value? Look at the point. I told take this 1,000 rupees, go to the restaurant, have your breakfast, come back. Ravi took 1,000 rupees, went to the restaurant, he had his breakfast, he came back. Work is done or not? Work is done or not? He went there, he completed, he came back. Am I expecting any value from him? After completing, am I asking how is the test? Did I ask him to give a feedback on the test? Did I ask him to give balance amount? Did I ask him to ask me what is the extra amount I have to pay? Did I ask him to tell whom did he meet on the way? No, I gave him work, he done the work, he came back. No written value. I am not expecting any value back from you. I am simply expecting you to go and complete the task, come back. Go and complete the task and come back. Go and complete the task and come back. Go and complete the task and come back. I am not expecting any value from you. I am not expecting any type of value. After completing the work, I am not expecting any type of value from you. After completing the work, I am not expecting any value from you. After completing the work, I am not expecting any value from you. Right, boss? No written value. No written value. But you are supposed to complete the work. Work is done. You are doing the work. But I am not expecting any particular value. You do the work and print the values and make the changes. Whatever the work you have done, that will be saved. But after doing the work, I am not asking you any specific value from you. I hope you got my point here. Okay. How you define it? Look at the format. When you say function, how the syntax is going to be? Return value, function name, general syntax. But with respect to our context here, we are not expecting any return value, we are not expecting any parameters. So our syntax is going to be, if you don't expect any return value, you have to write void. Void means return nothing. I am not expecting anything from you. No return value. Void. Function. Do I need any inputs from you to perform the action? No inputs. If I don't need any inputs, I give this is blank. Whatever the logic you want to give, logic. Now this is defining the function. If somebody define the function, if you define a scope, I'll call it. First you have to define a scope, right? If you define a scope, I'll call it. Now this is what? Defining a scope. When you define a scope, how would somebody call? How would somebody call it? If you define a scope, how would somebody call? People call with like this we are going to call. Above one is called definition, defining a function. Below one is invoking a function. Below one is invoking a function. Defining a function, invoking a function. Let us take some examples first. Create a function deposit. How we define a function called deposit? Void deposit, whatever the logic you want. If somebody want to call it, how do they call? This for execution. Now this will not run for you right now. This is the syntax of writing it. Okay. Now how will it execute? Deposit. Create a function withdraw. Now create these functions, everyone.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, do we need to write an example now only, is it?
Yes.
Okay, actually today only I have joined these classes, so I don't know. Okay. And after that we need to screen means share the screen.
Not
Is
necessary.
it?
Not necessary. I'll write the codes.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you.
Right, Amma? Everyone has done this? What was the second one? Create a function, withdraw, void. Now, if somebody want to call this, how do they call? Now, this is how we are going to call. When you call withdraw, everything that we wrote in the withdraw will execute. Right now, it is a Apex in the Salesforce. Everything we have to write in the class, then only it will execute. So we are only writing the format of invoking it, right? So what is the function here? Void 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 display. Void display. Create the function get data, void create data. Create a function invoke, because it is not expecting any value back, just asking you to define the function. Create a function set data, the next one create a function void create. This is asking you to print. Now, what is the example we are doing? Function without any return type and without parameter. Then there is a question of parameters now. Did I ask you to pass any parameters now? There is no parameter concept here now. Then I'm giving I ask you to print the value. So when you call create, what will happen? When you call create, the create function will run. When it runs, it will take the name as Satish, age as 34, city as Hyderabad, print the output. I hope you're good with this. Everyone is good with this example. Right. Do the 9th and 10th one. Complete the 9th and 10th. void create the function. May I ask you to take? Take the values 1 to 100. And I ask you to take integer x equal to. How do you take the remainder? Math dot mod divide id comma 2. If x equal to 0, right, Amma? I hope you are good with this. This will run only when I create a class, Amma. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This code will not run now. If I want to run this function, I have to create a class and execute. We are learning the way in which you write it. We are not putting in a class right now. Only when you put in the class and create an object, only we can run it. In the Salesforce, everything we write should start with class. So if you understand what are the basics, then we go to the concept of class and execute. Right. Right, boss? This we can only practice right now, the syntax of writing it. Once I start creating a classes, then I'll show how we can execute. We cannot execute this code now. We cannot execute this code. In the Salesforce, we cannot execute this code unless we create class. Okay. If you want an output, I can show you, but I have to create a class and show you. Okay. If somebody's asked me, the same function what I wrote. Now don't ask me what is their class and all this stuff. Okay. So what is the name of the function? Call. So we are calling call. It's printing 2, 4, all the values up to. It is printing the values, right, Amma? Okay. So if you define a function, this is how we wrote a function. Basically, everything will run in a class only here. Okay. I wrote a function. Now, if you want to call this function, what is the name we had? Call me. So if I call me, it is going to run. If I use call me, this is going to run. If I use call me, this function will run. When it runs, it is printing the value. How many times I can call? You call number of times. Function can be called number of times. Every time I call me, this code is going to run. Every time I say call me, this code is going to run. Is that was clear? Am I clear with this? Clear, boss? Okay. Now let us go to the next. Then how you define it? Void. So if you observe this, entire logic executed. Logic is executed perfectly, but it is not giving any particular value back to you. Logic is executed. Void What do they want? They want to take a sum. So what I am taking, integer sum equal to 0. The same story again. For integer I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 100, I plus plus. Then same story. Sum plus I. Outside the loop I am printing dot 0. This is what I give. People are good with this. Now what was this concept? Function without parameters, function without return type. No return type, no parameters. Okay. Function without any return value, without any return value, without any parameters. Without return value means void. Without return value means void. If I don't tell any particular return value, by default it is void. In case if I want any return value, I will tell it. Otherwise, by default it is void. In case if I have to take any parameters, I will tell you. Otherwise, it is without parameter. By default, without return value, without parameters. If you want, I will specify. If I don't specify, by default it is without return value, without parameters. Right. I hope everyone is good with this context. People are good with this context, Amma? All the people who are new to the programming, are you comfortable with this? You can respond sometimes. It's okay. Right? Sure?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, let us go to the next. Without return value, without return value with parameters. What was that without return value with parameters? Boss, if you want me to run any particular logic, I will run this if you give me input. You give me this input, with the help of those input I will run the logic. You give me the input, I will take those values, run the logic. So I am expecting some inputs from you. The inputs what I am expecting are called parameters. You tell me your name and roll number, I will tell you whether you are pass or fail. If you don't give a roll number, how can I tell you are pass or fail? So I am telling, boss, give me your roll number, I will tell you whether you are pass or a fail. Boss, give me your account number, I will tell you balance. Boss, give me your username, password, I will tell you whether login is success or failure. So what was that? I am asking you to give some inputs. Based on your inputs, I will run the logic. So if I need inputs, they are called parameters. The values what I was expecting from you, are called parameters. The values what I am expecting from you are called parameters. Now look at this. Syntax is going to be void function name, this is how we are going to give. Look at the one. Create a function deposit with account number as input parameter. Then what I do, void deposit, my account number is like this, ICICI 001. So what type of parameter is this? If somebody want to call it, how do they call? If they want to call it deposit, you have to call by giving what? Now they will take this account number as ICICI 001, run the logic. Now again I am calling, this time I am calling deposit. Now what they are doing? Again the same logic they are running by taking what? Account number. Now whatever the value we are giving here, that will be saved in. Whatever the value we are giving here, that will be saved in this account number. If you want to call me, give me account number. If you want to call me, give me the account number. If you don't give me account number, don't call me. Now, you know, we wrote the structure here. I give it here. Public void. Now, what is the name of the function? Show. What they're expecting? So, if anybody want to call e dot show. Now I gave only show. I'm only calling show. If I only call show, execute, error. What was that? Boss, whoever is going to call, they have to pass the value of name. Because the logic is going to run on name. If you don't pass the name, we cannot run the logic. Then again, one more time I'm calling. So what happened? Take the name as Satish Maila, run the code. Take the name as Ravi Kiran, run the code. Are you getting my point? So they are expecting a name, you are giving input. This is called input parameter. You are giving an input called Ravi Mohan, argument. They are expecting a parameter called name. We are passing the input as Ravi Kiran. They are expecting a name, we gave it as Ravi Kiran. They are expecting a name, I give as Satish. Execute it. So whatever the value you gave, based on the value they are giving. So start Satish Maila, stop. Start Ravi Kiran, stop. So based on the input what we gave, logic is running. Based on the input what we gave, logic is running. How do you call it? How do you call it? Method with a parameter. Method with a parameter. Is that was clear for everyone? Followed, Amma? Am I clear? Anyone has any query? That was clear for everyone. Now, let us go to the next examples here. Which will take city and now if you are taking two parameters, void calculate string city, you cannot give it like this. Even though both of them are string, you cannot give it like this. Every parameter should be defined separately. You cannot give string city comma place. You cannot give it. You have to define everything separately. Then how do you call it? Calculate. So they gave city as about place as SN again. Again, one more time I want to call, calculate. Right. It is a method with parameters. They are expecting you to pass some inputs. Based on that inputs only, I am going to run it. Based on that inputs only, they are going to run it. Based. Right, Amma? I hope you are good. Which will take age and experience as create a function, create account with account name. Do these examples. Void invoke. They're expecting some parameter. As per my requirement, I want to take as a decimal. If you feel like integer, you take integer. I am giving the program as per my requirement. If you feel the experience is 3.2, take decimal. I feel it is 3. I feel it is a 3.5. I took as a decimal. If you feel that experience is 3, 4, 5, you take integer. Account name Wipro, industry banking. Then this taking name and date of birth. Calculate. Then I ask you to write logic here. This is what we are doing. Age is above 40. So and so we are writing the logic. So method is taking some data. Based on the data, it is performing some operation. Method is taking the data. By taking the data, it is performing some operation. Method is taking some data, and by taking the data, it is performing some operation. I hope you're good. So what was this? Function with parameters without run value. Function with parameters without any run value. I hope you're good. Now, right, how do you call these functions? Tell me. Now, how do you call this? Invoke age. Now we are calling it. Now we are calling here. So this is what? Defining a function. This is invoking a, calling a function. When you call only, it will execute. Defining a function is what? This is a defining a function. I told if you call me, I'll behave like this. But you have to call me, no. I told if you call me, I'll behave like this. Now how I will behave, I have defined. Now you call me, I'll behave. How you call? This is how. People are good with these examples? Right? Okay. Third one, what we have? Function with...
Satish, can you explain the fifth example? Just
call me. I want to pass a date. How do you pass a date? Date dot new instance of call me Ravi. If today right Amma? Any particular date or today's date? How you create a date field? Date dot new instance of year, month, day. Let us go to the next. Let us get into the next one. Now, what does it mean? Boss, take these 1,000 rupees, go to the restaurant, have your breakfast, come and tell me how is the taste. I gave you work, and after performing the work, I am expecting a particular value from you. I told, go to a restaurant, have your food, come back, tell me the taste. I told, go to the restaurant, have your food, and return the balance amount. I told, go to the restaurant, have your food, tell me how much extra I have to pay. Go to the restaurant, have your food, tell me how many people are sitting there. Now, what was that? I was giving you a work. After completing the work, I am expecting you to return some certain value. I was expecting you to return some value, which is called with return type. After running that logic, you are supposed to give me particular value. You are supposed to give me particular value. Run the logic. After running the logic, give me the particular value. So what I am giving here? Return value. Create a function. Invoke. Create a function. Invoke which return salary. So salary will be which format? Salary value is going to be, let us say, decimal. Now I want to take a salary. My salary value will be like this. If my salary is like this, I'm going to take decimal, invoke, write your logic. Now, salary. If salary is also decimal only, now what is that? If you call this, he is going to return the value. What value he is giving? Salary value. Now, anybody who calls it, if anybody is trying to call, they are going to get what? Look at the point. Decimal value equal to. So if you call invoke, after performing the operation, he is going to return the value of salary. You take that salary value, continue your logic. Now try to understand this concept here. Listen here. I wrote calculate. What is the return type we had? When I said void, how do I call it? Let the program be saved. Now, E dot. Now I am not, I am giving E dot calculated. Why? It is not going to return any value. It is not going to return any value. Only perform the logic, not returning any value. Who called? When I call, it is not giving any particular value to me. It is running the logic there. But if I say integer, now what does it mean? After performing this logic, after performing your logic, after performing your logic, after performing your logic, it is going to give you value of C. Now you are giving the value of C. I have to capture it? No. When I say E dot calculate, whoever is going to call E dot calculate, for them I am going to return C value. I am going to run the logic and I am going to give you C value. So where is that C value stored? In the X. System dot debug. What is the value we had here? So whoever is calling me, for those people I am giving the value of C. Now whatever the C value I got, I am storing in the variable. If I call you, if I say calculate, you are giving what? Value of C. That C value I am putting in X, I will continue my logic. I will value that C value I will put in X, I will continue the logic. Now my logic is, if X is above 30, so you are going to, you are going to perform the logic, give me the output of it. Based on your output, I am going to run the remaining logic. Are you getting my point here? So when you call, you are giving some value back. When I call you, you are performing a logic, giving some value back. Whatever the value you are giving me, I am going to put that value in a variable and continue my logic. I hope you got my point. So return type means you are going to return a particular value based on your requirement. First, let us do some syntactical examples. Create a function. So Go to return name. Then we're going to return the date value. Return system dot today. Are you clear about it? Method with runtime. Method with runtime. Method is going to perform the logic and going to return new value. Method with runtime. Now let us take the fourth one. Now this will make the sense. Create a function, calculate, which will take age and experience as parameters, and calculate salary bonus write the logic now. So what is the value they're expecting? Total amount. Total amount is going to be calculate so if we give age and experience, if basically this is unassemble because VFA is not going to accept it. I gave it as in the VF page. I cannot give that symbol actually. That's why I wrote and. Then so based on the inputs what we gave, it is calculating. And what is the value they are expecting? Right? So based on age and experience what you gave, it is going to calculate the value of salary and bonus. We wrote that logic number of times. Right? If we give age and experience, it is going to calculate salary and bonus, going to return the total value. Take the inputs, run the logic, give the output. Right, Amma? So it is going to take age and experience. If you give age and experience, it is going to calculate salary, bonus, going to give you total value. The next one. People are good with that. Create a function calculate, which will take
Hello. Sir, I have a question here.
Yeah.
When we are declaring the function as an integer, so is it required to declare the parameters data type, like you have declared integer calculate?
Come again.
And when we are declaring a function as integer here, calculate, so is it necessary to declare the inside parameters data type?
This one.
The second example. No, sir. Down, sir. Below. Last one.
You have to define
Yeah.
your parameters. Now you are supposed
No,
to.
you have written.
If you allow me to
No,
write.
no, you have written
If you
integer.
allow me to write,
calculate.
you'll understand what I'm giving. This is an example, right? Let me complete it. Okay. So now integer internal, integer external. It is mandatory that we have to define everything separately. We cannot give in a single line like this. First point. Is it your query? Is there was your query, Amma? Online? Is there your query? Right. Why did I write integer here? Because we are returning the value. Why did I take integer internal, external? I have to define every parameter separately. I cannot write them together. Right. Then why you require a total? We want to calculate. So you have to take a variable and store the value. Where will you store the value? I will take a variable and store the value. Is that was clear? Somebody from online. Is that was clear, boss? Okay. Right. Then continue the remaining. Now I want to give boolean. Calculate. Now my intention is to tell you that you have to take parameters. Then what was that? If total is above greater than or equal to 40, then I told flag equal to else, then I give return. So if you got more than greater than or equal to 40, it is going to give you true, otherwise false. Right, Amma? Right, Amma? People are good with this? Any other query from your end?
No.
Any other query from anyone? Right? Any other query? That's all from my end. See you all in the next session.